Today's Dr. Charles Stanley daily devotional encouragement and comforting lesson focus on the topic the way to avoid an empty life. Only God can fulfill the yearning you have inside. This is a lesson for February 3rd, 2022, and our scriptural reference for today's lesson is on Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1 to 11. It says, the futility of pleasure. I said to myself, come on, let's try pleasure. Let's look for the good things in life. But I found that these too was meaningless. So I said, laughter is silly. What good does it do to seek pleasure? After much thought, I decided to cheer myself with wine, and while still seeking wisdom, I clutched at foolishness. In this way, I tried to experience the only happiness most people find during their brief life in this world. I also tried to find meaning by building huge homes for myself and by planting beautiful vineyards. I made gardens and parks, filling them with all kinds of fruit trees. I built reservoirs to collect the water to irrigate my many flourishing groves. I bought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my households. I also owned large herds and flocks, more than any of the kings who had lived in Jerusalem before me. I collected great sums of silver and gold, all the treasures of many kings and provinces. I heard wonderful singers, both men and women, and had many beautiful concubines. I had everything a man could desire. So I became greater than all who had lived in Jerusalem before me, and my wisdom never failed me. Anything I wanted, I would take. I denied myself no pleasure. I even found great pleasure in hard work, a reward for all my labors. But as I looked at everything I had worked so hard to accomplish, it was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anywhere. Many people appear happy and confident in public, but beneath the surface, they feel empty. Despite their attempts to fill life with pleasures, work, and impressive accomplishments, it's all vanity. They have chased after fulfillment and purpose, but ultimately it's been as futile as trying to catch the wind. There is a good reason why life can feel empty. God created mankind with an internal yearning, one that He alone is able to satisfy. We cannot be fulfilled until we draw near to the Lord in repentance and faith in Jesus Christ. As we come to know and comprehend the love of God's Son, we will be filled up to all the fullness of God. As in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 14 to 19. Yet, if that's true, why do believers sometimes feel empty? It could result from disobedience, a refusal to surrender to God's will, or misplaced priorities as we seek fulfillment in the world rather than in God Himself. When our hearts are set on having circumstances work out a certain way in life, we miss out on the fulfillment that God promises to those who seek Him above all else. It is in His presence that we find fullness of joy and pleasures forever. As in Psalm chapter 16, verse 11. Plus, plus.